Es impresionante.
Now, the new Canadian identity that started to be formed in the early 20th century is very important for the House of Commons, because it's only since 1931, with the Statute of Westminster, that Canada is officially independent from the United Kingdom. But with this independence came both a privilege, but also a burden: the power to declare war. Now, I will ask you all to imagine that we are not in 2018, but that we're on September 10th, 1939, and around you, the 245 members of the House are about to vote whether or not Canada will join the Second World War. Now, the vote that will go down is one of the most unanimous votes in Canadian history. From the 245 members, only 2 will abstain. So exactly 1 week after the United Kingdom, Canada joined the war, just to show that we were finally independent. A couple of years later, in 1941, in front of the same speaker's chair that you find at the front, Sir Winston Churchill would come here to address Parliament and to comment on war effort and tenacity. During his speech, he told the story of an Axis general who said that he would have strangled Canada like the neck of a chicken. His response, said right there, hands behind back, leaning into the microphone: some chicken, some neck. Now, the House of Commons that you'll find here today is not all that different from the House that you would have found in 1941. However, instead of 245 seats, you will currently find 338 seats, each representing more or less 100,000 people. On the left side of the room, you will once again find a Liberal government, however now headed by the Right Honourable Mr. Justin Trudeau, who will always sit in the 11th seat from the front in the first row. It's the one in front of the kind of black rod in the middle. That was not done on purpose. On the right, you will once again find an official Conservative opposition, however now headed by the Honourable Mr. Andrew Scheer, and at the front, you will always find a Speaker, currently the Honourable Mr. Jeff Regan. If you look above the Speaker, you will find the public galleries, and that is where any member of the public can still come in and observe the debates live. Normally, I would invite you all to come back and to see the House in action for yourselves. However, since late June, the House has risen for the summer. So if you would like to come back, it will have to be in September, unfortunately. And also because the construction, I don't think it's too comfortable up there. And then if you take one final look around the room, you will notice different stained glass windows, which help illustrate the evolution of Canadian provinces and territories, since only 12 of the 13 are represented here. The reason for that is that Nunavut was only added to Confederation in 1999, after the room was completed. The windows are also in geographical order, so if you start on the west wall from your left from back to front, you'll have British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario. At the north side of the room, behind the scaffolding, to your left, we'll have the territory of Yukon, and on the right, the Northwest Territories. On the east wall, from front to back, you'll have Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and finally, Newfoundland and Labrador. Would you have any questions about the House of Commons?
I have a question about when the renovation occurs.
Yes.
Will there be any opportunity to add some sort of a